Today we're 3D printing and assembling a Kang tail A-22B Chao. I'm not sure I pronounced any of that right, but this is from Cyberpunk 2077. And when I seen this 3D model, I had to have a go at it. So this is by Eamon. You'll find a link in the description below. All the files are free if you want to give it a go yourself. And let's jump into building this. And right off the bat, we had a fail. And I'm actually very lucky this didn't fail the entire print. So instead, we've gone ahead and replaced this part with just a PLA piece. I was considering printing that off in like a bright PLA color to make it look like a cheap repair to this model, but at the end of the day, I decided just to go with black PLA. Then we've given it a nice paint job, and I think this thing is going to be stunning when we put it together. So first up, we have this. This goes into here, gets glued up, and this will help us a little bit in getting all this aligned. There's not much to help us with alignment here with these two parts, as they definitely need to be glued up first before they're inserted, because once they're inserted, they're probably not going to be coming out. So I attempted to be as accurate as possible when clamping this up, as this then needs to slide into here. This is a tight fit. Now I'm printing this with mostly resin parts here, so tolerances are usually very different when it comes to PLA stuff, but I was amazed by how good all this went together, even with a lot of it being resin, and it was very tight fits. But after some good struggling, we were able to put this together. And at this point, I'm already feeling like this thing's cool. It's the perfect size. It feels really good in your hand. And I think I've gone for a great paint job here. I've tried to bring in some nice automotive paints and really nice kind of glossy yellow to bring this to life. And I think it's going to end up looking real good by the end of it. Of course, let me know what you think of the final product once we're there. And next up, we've got our front part. This just slots into place. And again, this goes in really well, nice and tight, but went in perfectly good with enough pressure and without, of course, breaking, which is brilliant. And this brings together basically the entire bottom section here. We just have a couple of screws to add, and then we are done. And I attempted to line these up so that we're going with that angle that's already exists on the grip here, which I'll talk about later. That's actually not part of design. That's due to suction with the resin prints, me not getting the print set up quite perfect there. Next up, we have the rear section. So this is pretty cool. We have an insert, and then these all come together. You just got to make sure that bit, that kind of nubbin at the bottom, is in the right location, because it has to be going out essentially to the bottom of what this will be, so it can slot in later to the final part. So I glued it up, put this all in, and I did get unfortunately a little glue fingerprint on this part. Otherwise, it was perfect. So that's my only little mistake there. If I hadn't got that little bit of glue on my finger, I would have this be bang on. And essentially, that's the only part that really messed up my very good automated paint job on the yellow. I guess now it's simply personalized with my fingerprint. But next, we've got a selection of different parts to be added in here. There's also essentially what would be probably a lens in the computer game. I was initially just going to go with red and kind of make it look like some sort of light. But as I kind of started painting all these different parts, I thought, you know what? I don't really want it to look red. It kind of would be just a basic choice to go for. So instead, I kept it just the resin and gave it a clear coat so that it's shiny. It kind of looks like some sort of lens or some sort of light, but that it's not kind of standing out too much. But you can still look at it and get the idea of what it probably does. And then we're going to assemble the most fragile part of this build. If it's going to break, this is where it's going to break. And then we also have this piece that goes onto here. So we're just going to have to glue this up, and I put in plenty glue because I wanted to make sure this ain't going to come out. So hopefully it stays. Next up, we've got this section where I just think aesthetically this looks beautiful. This is the reason I decided to download and print this one out. We've also got these screw tops, and these are cool because they are actually shaped the same. So when you put them in, you got to be very careful you put them in the right orientation so they'll actually sit there flush with the design. So yeah, make sure you get this right and test fit it a bunch first. They only kind of basically go in one way correctly, and then you've got it lined up. Otherwise, of course, if you glue it up first, you might end up putting in and getting a lot of trouble with the alignment later. And you don't want these things to be sticking out. So make sure you take your time with this and really try and figure it all out beforehand. But I decided to use a screwdriver here, put it in with the glue, and then rotate it until we were completely flush. And as you can see, I'm messing around with it a bit to see how it goes in, but definitely that appears to be the best, or at least the closest to perfection right there. And then it's the same for the other side. Put this in, screw it up until you've got the right orientation, and then it looks really good in place. Of course, I went with a contrasting color so that it stands out. Same with the screw heads on the grip. Now we're going to assemble these two parts together. This is where this thing is easily the most fragile it's going to be, because you've got a couple of different weak points at this point. Now, there is a hole there. That's for magnets, so you can actually take this section in and out that we're going to add. But I think 100% either it's going to fall out at some point by accident and break, or I'm going to break the other piece off the top when this thing's not attached. So I decided to glue it up. So first, a little test fit just to make sure everything's looking good. And it's, this is cool. It's looking amazing. I love the overall visuals of this a lot. And it was a tight fit to get this in. You can see I had to just bend that other piece. But once she goes in, she is superb. Just give her a knockdown into the glue. And yeah, she's looking incredible. I love this thing. I think this looks really cool. It's the kind of stealth elements that I really like. I like anything that has a obvious stealth reason to exist. And then, I don't know, something about that just is cool. And then this thing, I think, is an absolutely wonderful design. Really well done 3D model. And the assembly here was a lot of fun. No issues. Really cool and easy to paint up. The shapes are just excellent. Either resin or PLA printing this is going to be absolutely great. And yeah, I think the end of the day, this thing is definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm really happy with my paint job as well. I bought the gloss yellow here for a Helldivers one and did a prop for that. And I've been reusing it ever since just to use it up because, of course, if I bought it, may as well use it. So I've been using it in all these different models and it's really coming out looking very, very nice. So yeah, let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. You can see that I did not make it perfectly. So this is the grip here, and you see that line? That's not supposed to be there. That's suction from resin printing because I didn't have a hole in the right location on this one. So I really needed to have double checked that when I was printing it. Other than that though, it came out perfect. Even the replacement part, which is PLA, blends in so nice with it that you can barely tell. And I was thinking of doing that in a bright color, maybe like a red, so it looked like the actual thing had been repaired with cheaper parts. But I decided not to do that at the end of the day and instead just went with the black. And overall, it doesn't harm the aesthetics. And I'm really lucky that that one failed part didn't break off in the resin printer and caused the entire lot to fail. So I was super lucky there. And that means I will take a bit more care next time around with 3D printing because I want to make sure I don't do the suction again and also try and avoid that kind of failure. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.